any other ghost stories? Destiny, you've got to have a ghost story.
Actually, you know what? No. Actually, you know what?
No, let's skip it. No, we're skipping it. We're skipping it.
I mean, like,
no.
Really
we're skipping your ghost story. Listen, this is gonna go into a meme, into something. Right,
no, well, hold on. I have Devin. Well, because Devin has seen some of this. I mean, like, if you really want me to. So when I was moving, I was looking to move to like the best school district that I could in Omaha, and there was a block that had 2 houses for sale. I don't know, Devin, if you remember the house. If you go out the door to the left of mine, it's like about the same size as mine.
Yeah,
and when I had the option to buy my house, so these prices are really cheap because it's in Omaha. But when I had the option to buy my house was like, I think it's like 175,000. The house next door to mine that was like the same size or more or less was 125. And I did a tour of both of them. I think that like the other house had like a gas stove. Our house had better central air, but like more or less they were like pretty equal, but it was literally $50,000 cheaper. And I don't know. Was that funny?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. So I don't know why the house was so cheaper, or so much cheaper. And eventually I asked my the real estate lady that's going through the house with me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is it so cheaper? And she said, initially she said that it had just been vacated for a while, which was weird because like the market in Omaha, at least at the time, it probably still is, was like very hot. Like people were buying houses like crazy. It's like, okay, well, it has to be something more. Like I'm going to Google it later if you don't tell me. And she's like, well, you know, somebody was killed in this house. And normally we don't like to talk about it. I don't remember the guy's name. It was like Patrick, like Johnson or some shit. And she's like, normally we don't like to talk about it, but there was a man that was murdered here. And then like the rest of his family moved out afterwards or something, or it was kind of shady. I tried to Google later, but it was like, cause it's local news. It was like one paragraph or whatever.
Which was the house again?
It was like my house, I think is like 175. And that one next to me was like 125.
That would have been such a good
footage.
Just
I don't remember the square footage, but everything in Omaha is super cheap. But anyway, so I for whatever reason, I don't believe in ghosts, and I hate that I did this, but I bought the more expensive one like a sucker because I'm like, fuck, what is the off chance that if I did die to a ghost, it's probably the worst way to die. It would be so stupid to die to something so dumb that I could avoid so easily. And like, I don't know, it's like dumb ways to die, right? That's why I don't eat food from fans. Like I'm not gonna get poisoned by weed motherfuckers. It's dumb as shit. So one of the days, my ex was living with me at the time, and she has a cat, and the fucking cat sometimes will run outside. So the cat runs outside. This is like the 3rd or 4th time it's done this. So we grab the flashlights, I go outside and I start looking. And the fence, there's like one of those wire fences that separates our houses is like opened at like the corner. And I'm like, I don't think he would go in, but for some reason I had a feeling that like, cause he runs out, whatever's like closest, he weaves in there. So I hop over the fence because nobody lives in this house. And I walk up to the back and I notice that like, it's kind of windy outside and the back door is like on its hinges, just like smacking into the side of the house. Like it's not really that windy, but oof, it's like a little bit creepy, but again, I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not scared of any of this shit. And so I walk into the house, I call for him. His name is Aslan. I call for him a couple times. I'm like, Aslan, where are you at? Hey. And I hear like a little scuttle inside the house. Like he's heard me and he's trying to run from me or some dumb shit. And I walk into the house a little bit more, and I don't know why there are streetlights outside, but it is so fucking dark in this house. Like I'm pretty sure it's darker than it should be. Maybe the windows are just like masked off or something, but it is way too fucking dark and way too quiet in this house. And, I get this like really fucking, I wish I could explain, like, what are those, like, the hairs standing on your neck? Maybe, like, if you hear something in the middle of the night. Yeah, like that.
Chills?
Yeah, like,
chills,
really,
chills,
like,
yeah.
fucking weird. And I get this feeling, and, and I call out, and I'm like, hello? Is anybody there? And I don't hear Aslan moving, and the inside of the house is completely silent. And for some reason, I get, like, I remember reading about Patrick and everybody in this house, and I call out, is that you, Patrick? For whatever reason, I get the feeling to do it. And I shit you not, Scuffed Podcast. There's a guy on the floor in front of me. He turned himself into a pickle, and he calls himself Pickle Rick. I couldn't believe it. Holy shit. That's what I got for you, okay? I'm done now.
Thank you.
Listen, dude, I knew it. There's always, hey, listen, I like it though. I like it. Hey, listen, it adds like 7 or 8 minutes onto the podcast length, adds the stats. I sell that to a business, so I'm happy with it. I'll take that all day.
It was fucking hot. Okay.